My name's Kevin. I'm a recovering alcoholic. And I was at a shelter. Been there 3 years. People with addiction, they don't know if they'll ever see those words, those facets of hope and love and trust, because hope is lost in some ways. When you wake up in a shelter, or you wake up on the sidewalk, wake up sober or wake up drunk out of your mind. Someone approached me from ISP, asking me to be a part of it. I thought it was just going to be one of these little groups, kind of superficial, but they weren't. When you sat down and you went through the reflections, you met the people, they were genuine. They weren't going to just hand me, like I say, a toothbrush, a hat, and some socks and say, God bless you, and leave. No, they wanted to hear about who you are and why are you here. And they asked me to become a witness, and then I became a leader, and now I'm in the ambassadorship program. So, and I've spoken everywhere. ISP is, for me, I go to offer hope.
My name is Amy, I'm Kevin's wife, and we've been together 27 years. And during that journey, starting back from my childhood, I grew up in a very organized religion, but I always knew as a child that there was always a missing link. I just always knew in my heart that there was more to be learned as far as spiritual growth. And as I got older and went through my trials of being homeless and addiction with many family members, including my husband, I just held on to that faith. But I still, in the back of my mind, knew that there was more. So when Kevin came home about 3 years ago and was all excited about ISP, I thought, well, maybe that's the missing link. They say that it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
And it's so true. We're lifting each other up, or we're helping each other, or raising each other in our faith and in our growth. And sometimes we might connect with people that have the same stories, or maybe a different story that's similar, but with different perspectives on how they went through their own journey and then was able to get to the point where they can find that peace. And it's constantly evolving. We just need that to lift us up, to let us know that we're not alone in this. When you're down at the bottom, you think that you're the only person. You can feel completely lost and alone. And when you can get to a point where you're like, but I'm not alone, I'm with God. God has me. And then God also has all these people around me that can relate. It just expands that circle.
It's called community.
So we need to be able to love unconditionally at some point. And the only way to do that is to share that with others and to learn from each other and to stay teachable.
Yeah.
For me, that's the main key. You can be in the biggest community of the world and still feel alone if you're not teachable and you don't allow people in to help teach you and for you to teach them as well.
My little brother in July was stabbed and killed. And I didn't know what to do with myself. I mean, I have sisters. Everybody was throwing their emotions at me, but nowhere was I able to let that out. And I came home and it was just her and I. And Jason, just before he was killed,
2 days before.
2 days before, had come to the house to eat. And it was a moment, I didn't know what was going to happen to him. After it was all over, some of his things were still at the house. And luckily for me, I have a wife who listens and loves. And she didn't say much. She just listened to me. She knows Kevin. And then she would just put her hand on me. To me, that's beyond words. She knew where I was. She didn't want me to go too far. She didn't say anything. She just sat there. Like I took a deep breath and I was okay. We are a community together. We know together. That's why we have reflections. It's all together.
Mm-hmm.
We know together within this room, each person radiates something from God.